Mm. Narayan. Om. 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 Om Sahanavavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Brahma Vidibhyo Brahma Vidya Yoga Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo Vamsha Rushibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhyaha. Om Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kruto Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punaha. Om Samasta Brahma Vidya Yoga Vidya Acharyebhyo Rishibhyo Munibhyo Gurubhyo Namaha Asmadgurubhyo Namaha. Tesham Kruvaya Yoga Darshana Margena Vedantokta Brahmanva Siddhyartam Vedanta Shastra Sahita Patanjali Yoga Darshana Shastrasya Adhenam Vayam Sarve Karishyamahe Adau Gurunam Smaranam. Om Hiranyagarbhaya Kapila Maharshaya Namaha. 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 Om Patanjali 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 Maharshaya Namaha. Om Vyasa 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 Maharshaya Namaha. Dear friends, salutations, welcome you all. For any pursuit, even of the worldly, and come to spirituality in spiritual also, to keep up the flow of inspiration and also the continuation of understanding along with the depth of understanding on the development of the thought. One of the or the only important thing is what? Being consistent. Is it not? Like Bhagavad Gita. Consistently, when we listen, then every sloka of every chapter and every chapter in its continuation or connection between earlier and later, we will be able to understand and continue learning it. So to Bhagavatam, every of the chapter and total skandha. Now we were seeing the Upanishad also just 2 minutes back. Here also, for the development of the understanding sequentially properly, what we have to do is every day these 20 minutes we have to not only listen but keep noting the things, and I am trying my best to summarize so far what's done. Then only we are taking up the thing, because the subject is new for us. We have studied Vedanta thoda sa, but not the yoga sadhana. So therefore, going slow but steadily and pakka, we are making our basement. You and I have to be very conscious in listening, and if we can do little homework and ready with what was said so far, then slowly we can develop and increase our understanding to next level, higher level, etc. We are in the study of the Paramatma Prapti through the Yoga Sadhana as taught in the Yoga Darshanam. This is given to us by the Hiranyagarbha Kapila and written in the form of Sutra by Sri Patanjali Rishi and Bhashya Vyasa, and following Vyasa Bhagavan, so many gave the commentaries Vrutthis. The aim of all of them is to understand the Moola Sutras of Patanjali, and so Patanjali's purpose is to make us reach the Swarupa Sthiti, which is only the Kaivalyam or the Moksha. Keep all these things in the mind. And here, the whole attention is in our Anchitta to begin with. and for its own elimination, so that that chitta which alone was appearing as chitta is realized as it is. That's how the beauty of the fourth mantra or the third one which we are seeing today. Tada drashtuhu swarupe avasthanam. This is the goal. Keep always in mind. What is there is that alone. And on that something else is superimposed and we are lost in that. Very vichitra. Hai. I alone am there. Me only out of me projected the Panchakoshas. And I got lost in my own Panchakosha, projected out of me to such an extent. I have forgotten my own self. This is the Vedanta Bhasha, Panchakosha. Here, the Bhasha of the Yoga is Vritti. I only projected Vrittis out of my own self, without conscious self. Can there be any Vrittis possible? No. But where are we lost in the Vrittis to such an extent? We are forgetting that we are the real conscious self and going on sufferings and struggling to get the happiness in the outer world rather than discovering ourselves that we are the happiness. This is how the Maha Moha, Vidravito me Moha Mahandhakara. As said by Uddhav ji, मोह महा अंधकार इधर सॉल्व करो उधर प्रॉब्लम आता उसको समझो तो इधर डाउट आता है. That's what you see in Upanishad's भाष्य. भाष्यकार says something सिद्धांति पूर्व पक्षी raises उसको जवाब दो फिर और एक प्रश्न आता है. Very funny this Maya and Moha. Okay. Now by God's grace, Guru's grace, first two sutras we try to analyze to the extent we could do. Repeatedly when we do, definitely the subtlety of the understanding, the conviction of the understanding comes to everyone. Okay. So today we'll continue with the third sutra which we chanted yesterday. We'll take the Vyasa Bhashyam and slowly understand it. Let's not be in any hurry. First four sutras mainly, let us thoroughly understand. So let us chant first Om Atha Sri Mahasi Patanjali Pranita Yoga Darshana Shastram Samadhi Padaha Pratamam Dvitiyam Trutiyam Sutram. All the three times. Om Atha Yoganuशासनम Om Atha Yoganuशासनम Om Atha Yoganuशासनम. Second sutra. Yogaha Chitta Vritti Nirodha Yogaha Chitta Vritti Nirodha Yogaha Chitta Vritti Nirodha Nirodha. Third one. Sutra. Tada drashtuho swarupe avasthanam. Tada drashtuho swarupe avasthanam. These are the three. So, Yogaha Chitta Vritti Nirodha is the second mantra, very exhaustively after studying. Up to what word we came to? The words of Samprajnata Samadhi, words of Viveka Khyati, words of Asamprajnata Yoga, words of the Nirbijata. These are the words we used which have their deeper meaning understanding. That's what being explained from last 2-3 days. So, tada means when this state is achieved. Question is, what's the position of the Purusha? What happens to him when the Chitta Vritti Nirodha has completely taken place? In that Vritti Nirodha Sthiti, be attentive. Chitta is in Samya Avastha. All are jugglery of words. Chitta, when the Vrittis are removed, it is in Samya Avastha. When it is Samya Avastha, no guna is becoming predominant. Because there is no gunas are predominant, there are no Vrittis are coming. Because there are no Vrittis, the Chitta is in Samya Avastha. At that time, what happens to the Purusha? What is his position? Purusha. Now, in Yoga Bhasha, very rarely the Jiva Pada and Jiva explanation is brought. In Vedanta, we talk about Jiva and all his Panchakosha. यहाँ कुछ नहीं सीधा प्रकृति पुरुष की बात कर रहे हैं. Underlining point is what? The Purusha identified with Prakriti alone is Jiva and suffering, which we speak in Vedanta wala. तो हियर जीव को ज़्यादा जिक्र नहीं कर रहे. देर परमात्मा को पुरुष से अलग करते हैं तो परमात्मा रह जाता है. हु इट इज मी ओनली. दिस अ स्लाइट डिफरेंस इन द अप्रोच. So in our Vedanta we take I am Jiva, I am Panchakosha, I am because we are experiencing it. Then this Jiva Panchakosha taken, Panchakosha removed, then Jiva is no more Jiva, but it doesn't deserve destroy also. It discovers the essential self. So that's what in Bhagavatam, in all that we study in Vedanta, Paramatma through the Upadhi is Jiva, Jiva Nirupadhika is Parabrahma, Paramatma. Very clear we saw in यहाँ क्या कर रहे हैं? How the Jiva Bhava coming, mixture of Prakriti Purusha, then dissolve the Prakriti, then Jiva becomes one with Purusha. The Jiva what is not used, Purusha remains. The meaning is same. The experience is same. In Vedanta we say Jiva discovers Purusha Tattva. In Yoga, Jiva what is not used, Purusha is liberated, that says. And who is that Purusha? It is my own experience. I am the Purusha. So, tada drashtuhu swarupe avasthanam. In a simple layman's language, we are studying yoga, atha yoga anushasana, yoga shastra. And what is yoga? Chitta vritti nirodha. It is nirodha of all the chitta vrittis. So, when the vrittis of chitta are niruddha, what will it lead to? For the one who has done it on the seat of meditation, the doer, what will happen? He was a drashta. He is no more jnata or karta, he is only drashta. And Swarupe, Swarupa is Drukmatra Chaitanya Avasthanam, he will establish in that. He establishes in himself. Then the fourth sutra complements this to give a picture complete. If the Vritti Nirodha is not done, that is the Samsara Avastha. Means Chitta Vrittis are there. At that time, what is the position of the Purusha? Vrittis Arupya Mitratra. He will become Sarupa with the Vrittisu. This is called as Jiva in our language. Before Brahma Jnanam or Atma Vastu Jnanam. Atma अनुभव के बाद वृत्ति सारूप्य लगता है देखने वालों को. But within himself he knows he is the Purusha only. Because after Jivan Mukti also, those great Mahatmas are interacting. For interaction, they need the Upadhis. So when they have the Upadhi and they are using Upadhi, what is the difference between them who are Mukta and we who are not Mukta and bound? For us, the Upadhis are the masters and we are the slaves. For them, they use Upadhi but never get they identified with it. They always maintain their separation from the Upadhis. उपाधियों के द्वारा है ना उपाधिस्थोपि तद्धर्म ही अलिप्तः व्योमवत मुनि. Like the space has all the four elements in it but not touched by them. Is it not? That possibility को catch करना. Vedanta is understanding those possibilities. That's it. Then realizing them. Is it not? Like when you put a water in a cloth. Cloth absorbs the water. Does it mean that always the water is absorbed by the objects? You have to see the possibility. No. For example, what? When you put the water on a lotus petal or the leaf. That lotus leaf will not absorb water. Pee leta hai kya pani? If that lotus leaf has a hole, through the hole the water may fall down. But, like today in Adhyatma Ramayana, Valmiki will tell about the life is like a drop of water in the moving leaf. Chalat patra antastita binduvatu is our life, he says. Same he says in the Yoga Vasishta, Ayu Pallava Konangra Lambambuk Shadabhanguram. Today we will see in the evening. So the water is not consumed by the leaf. Therefore, water can stay but need not be absorbed. That possibility is accepted. Is it not? In the same way, the four Mahabhutas can stay in Akasha, Avakasha, the Akasha. Still, Akasha is not touched by them. In the same way, Purusha, when he is Baddha Avastha, because the Vrutthis and Vasanas, he identifying with the Vrutti, he becomes Samsari. But through Yoga Darshanam, when the Vritti Nirodha is done, and he realized his own Purusha Tattva, thereafter, when he uses the Upadhis, he will not be touched by the Upadhis. Not touched by the Upadhis. Now, आजकल सारे containers ऐसे बना रहे कि the content should be not touched by it. पहले पहले ऐसे नहीं होता था, आधा कंटेंट कंटेनर में ही चला जाता है. Nowadays they are making newer things so that the entire content is collected out. Like newspaper when they used to give chutney, but आधा chutney newspaper खा लेता है. Now they put in the plastic thing. Therefore it is separation, easily separable like that. That is later on. हम just बता रहे पूरा topic को complete करने के लिए. But we have to study with Bhashya from the sutra third onwards. The third sutra, what is the introductory Bhashyam of Bhagavan Vyasa? Ki tadavasthe chetasi vishaya abhavat buddhi bodha atma purushaha kim svabhavaha. So this is the sambandha between the Dviti and Tritiya Sutra. Prathama Sutra was Atha Yoga Anushasana. Second was Yoga Anushasana said, but Yoga Lakshan batao. Therefore, Yoga Lakshana said, Yoga hai Chitta Vritti Nirodha. So, is the Chitta Vritti Nirodha to be done? Obviously, Yoga karna hai, to Chitta Vritti Nirodha karna hi hai. Then the question comes, if that is done, what is its consequence or result? So, that question he is putting here as the sambandha between Sutra 2 and 3. And that's what the Sutrakara also used the word Tada. Tada is the word in the Sutra. उसको पहले ही भाष्यकार एक्सप्लेन कर रहे हैं कि what is the point? Tad avasthe chetasi. When that chitta avastha is reached by the sadhaka, the yogi, vishaya bhavat, because there are no vishayas. For the Purusha to illuminate or see or the know, then this buddhi bodha atma purushaha, that Purusha who is the bodha atma of the buddhi. Purusha is Atma, but is Bodha Atma of the Buddhi. Buddhi is the Chitta, Chitta with Vrutthis. He is the illuminator of the Vrutthis. When the Vrutthis are there. But the Vritti Nirodha ho gaya na abhi. Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha kar diya. Then Purusha Kim Svabhavaha. Uska kya hal hoga? Where will he be? What happens to him? This is the introductory bhashyam. We have not studied it thoroughly. We'll do it. Then to that the sutra is Tada. That time the Purushaha. Okay, the drashta, drashtuhu, swarupe avasthanam, bhavati. Bhavati bhi use nahi kiya sutrakar. He left it for our own discretion and maturity. Only bhavati bhi nahi use kiya. Tada drashtuhu swarupe avasthanam. Only to indicate that drashta always in his swarupa sthiti only. He cannot, he need not, he should not, he was never associated with the Vrutthis to become a samsari any moment. Yet it appeared in Vedanta Bhasha, it is because of Maya. And in Yoga Bhasha, it is because of the Vritti Utthana. In Maya, in dono ko milao, so because of Maya, in the Paramatma only, the Vritti Utthana projected. And that Uttita Vritti only, Uttita Vritti projects the Upadhis, projects the entire world of Rupa Nama, and the Purusha only lost in that identity. Now, these are all things, बहुत शांत मन से, which is free from Kshipta Moda Vikshipta, in Ekagra Bhumi, long hours when you contemplate, then these subtleties are understood. Now, the Bhashyakara's Bhashya to the Vritti, to the Sutram. सूत्र का उन्होंने अवतारिका बताया, अब सूत्र हमने पढ़ा, अब उसका भाष्य पढ़कर देन विल सी वन बाय वन कि स्वरूप प्रतिष्ठा तदानीम स्वचिति शक्ति ही यथा कैवल्ये स्वरूप प्रतिष्ठा तदानीम चिति शक्ति ही यथा कैवल्ये अव्युत्थान चित्ते तु सति तथा अपि भवन्ति न तथा. So these are the words of Bhashyakara Vyasa. One by one we have to understand. The simple in our layman's language is what? When the sadhaka yogi reaches to the sthiti of yoga chitta vritti nirodha, what happens to him? He is a Purusha. What is sthiti? Sutra says, tada, the seeker, the drashta, swarupe avasthanam, he establishes in essential original nature, uncontaminated, unconditioned, undisturbed by the upadhi, nor even required to register upadhis. He is in himself. Like when all TV serials are over, what will that lady do? Swamiji, don't tell impossible example. They will never end only. In those earlier days of TV discovery, you all seen 79, 80. हम तो 79 से देख रहे हैं 80 से. शाम को 9 बजे with that news, the TV is over. Then what will happen? स्वरूप अवस्थानम. शाम को 6 बजे शुरू होता था, 9 बजे खत्म. सुबह का टीवी होता ही नहीं था, only evening. Later on, they started morning. Only one channel is. Then the second came. Do you remember all those? We were impossible. We were thinking, in one TV, how can two channels come? नॉब होता था घुमाने वाला है, एक वाला, दो वाला. So when serials are over, what will happen to her? She is no more. She is Swarupa Avasthanam. That means she will beat everybody, fight with everyone, whatever it is. In this case, Drashta is always Drashta Chaitanya Swarupa. He will establish in it. Now, the Sutrakaras, Bhashyakaras meaning also we tell, then we analyze it. Again, I am telling the Avatarika, the Sutra and Sutras Bhashya by the Bhashyakara Vyasa. The Vyasa Bhashya, Vyasa Bhagavan in Avatarika, what did he said? He said was Tad Avaste Chetasi. When the Chitta is in that avastha of the Niruddha, which is achieved in the second Sutra, then Vishaya Bhavat, there are no objects to be eliminated. Buddhi Bodhatma Purushaha, the Purusha who was so far only eliminating the objects. So, Kim Svavaha, what happens to him now? चित्तवृत्ति निरोध हो गया तो पुरुष का क्या होता है? Simple question. The answer in the sutra is what? Tada, when the condition achieved, Purushaha, the sadhakaha, Swarupe avasthanam drashtuhu, that drashta will establish in the original essential nature. This is a sutra mantra. That explanation also we gave, he the establishes in essential nature. What Bhashyakara's Bhashyam, he says, ki Swarupa Pratishtha Tadanim. At that time, there is a Pratishtha in the Swarupa. And what is that? Chiti Shakti. So Purusha establishes in his own Swarupa, which is Chiti Shakti. Yatha Kaivalya. This is called as Kaivalya Sthiti. Vyatthana Chitte tu Sati. When the Chitta Vyatthana happens, Tatha Api. Even then also is in Kaivalya only, but Bhavanti na Tatha. But that consequently it is not experienced. Then when the Vrutthis are there, he is forced to become in because of the proximity as if identified with him. Therefore, what is the only way to get liberated? In Vedanta, it is said all the objects which are given, seen, are subject only. You know that. The Dvaita of the Drashta Drishya is eliminated in Vedanta. What I am seeing is everything is Brahman, I am Brahman, therefore I am everything. There is nothing other than me. These are the Vedanta's approach of Ekamevatvayam Brahman Ehana Nasti Kinchana for liberating us from the Jiva Bhava because of the Upadhi and the world. In Yoga, what they do, the Vritti Nirodha is done. Then Swarupa Avasthana. Vritti hai, so the Vyakti will identify with it. Like in Vedanta, the moment you see the Dvaita, you are Jiva. बिकॉज दृष्टा दर्शन भाव में जीव आ जाता है. जीव ही दृष्टा बनेगा, जगत का दर्शन करता है. इन पर ब्रह्म देयर इज नो दृष्टा एंड दर्शनम. हियर वृत्ति है तो यू विल गेट आइडेंटिफाइड विद इट. देयरफॉर हियर व्हाट इज सेड बाय भाष्यकार इज व्युत्थान चित्ते तो सति तथा अपि. इन व्युत्थान चित्त बेसिकली द पुरुष नेवर कम्स इन कांटेक्ट विद द prakriti. But bhavati na tatha, but he doesn't recognize it. This all will come in explanation. And vritti sarupa mitratra वो भी बताएंगे तो पूरा सब्जेक्ट पक्का हो जाएगा. and we'll spend one full day, 1 hour, etc., to explain to you the essence of all four, so that a base is made very strong. Give me the time, and we will do that. Now, few words we will study today. Ki tad avaste chetasi. Tad avaste chetasi vishaya abhavat. Tadapaste chetasi is what? When the chitta is in that avastha. Which avastha? Niruddha avastha. Which niruddha? Nirbija avastha. Okay? What is the nirbija avastha there? Again, from the beginning, you see, the first three are transcended. Shipta, Muda, Vikshipta, Bhumika of the chitta. Ekagra, we brought the chitta to. With the ekagra bhumika of the chitta, we reach to a sampragnata sthiti, wherein we are aware of every thought conspicuously, not getting carried away by that. Because only rajas tamas make us getting carried away or identified. In sattva guna, we only perceive it, we don't get carried away. Because only we are seeing the vrutthis, not identified with them. That sthiti is called as samyak prajna. Samyak prajna means knowing fully well but not getting identified. That is the sthiti we have to reach. In fact, even that sthiti when we reach, that we are aware of everything and not identified, in Vedanta it is called as Sakshi Bhav. When you start becoming Sakshi, identify with the Sakshi, most of the samsara is gone. Whether you become remain as Sakshi or identify with the Upadhi, it is our own choice. We always take the second one because that is the habit. And that's how whatever is happening to Upadhi, we think it's happening to us and we suffer along with that. But कोई जरूरत नहीं है उसका. Please remember, as you are continuous in the classes with your devotion to Guru and Bhagwan, these subtle intricacies of Vedanta, not yet started revealed so far, we will reveal now. We are only doing jugglery with the words and words meaning. There is nothing of word or word meaning in Vedanta or yoga or spirituality. It is something subtler than that. An intuitive acceptance or understanding is Vedanta. Nothing of word meaning. For example, this one. What to do to free from samsara? Just become Sakshi, that's it. You become Sakshi and see, you will have no samsara only. Then what is samsara? Instead of remaining a Sakshi, you are getting identified with upadhis and whatever the upadhis are doing. And that has become a habit. That has become vasanas. Therefore, remove the habit and remove the vasana by doing the opposite of it. That's what indriyani indriyarteshu vartante iti dharayan brahmanyadaya karmani sangam tyaktva karoti lipyatena sapapena. What is the papa there? Only becoming identified the upadhi. Then you suffer as the upadhi is dancing. What we have to catch is the waveness is upadhitva. The water is reality. If the water identifies with the waveness, then it is born and growing and dying. But is the water there within the wave only? Yeah. Can it remain as Sakshi to the wave's movement? Yeah. If it can achieve that, in the birth and death of the wave, water is neither born nor dying. That's called as Sakshi Bhav. Then who is that Sakshi when you inquire? It is Parabrahma, Paramatma. That's why in Vedanta it is done. So here also, Sampragnata. Please catch that point. Samyak prajna of the Vrutthis of the chitta because of the sattvikata of the chitta. Now, at that level, when I know that I am knowing the things, immediately the question comes, who is the knower? Be attentive there. In that time, there is somebody, the knower, there is something known. The possibility, the presence of these two is recognized at that time. That is called as Sartva Purusha Anyata Khyati, which is called सत्व और पुरुष इतने फंसे हुए थे एक दूसरे में, इन दोनों को अलग करने का विवेक हो गया. दैट्स कॉल्ड एज विवेक ख्याति. ख्याति इज अंडरस्टैंडिंग. That is a thought only. Understanding also is a thought. What understanding? Viveka. Viveka between what? Sattva and Purusha. As what? Anya. So far what is there? Purusha was identified only with the Sattva. And the identification is Bhranti. It is Mithya. It is there because of non-thinking. If you think, it goes away. That is why avidya, avicharan से ये माया या बंधन आता है. क्यों कहते हैं? Because of this reason. Like misunderstanding between you and me came only because of our not mutually talking, not thinking. That's it. And it can continue for years together. But we sit together and sort it out. 1 minute it goes away. But we have our own ego, prestige, ego. I say I'm Swami, why should I talk to you? And you say you should talk, why should I? You are in your humbleness and I'm in my arrogance, or it can be the other way around. The problem is never sorted out. The moment the Viveka is done, you will see that they are separate. That Khyati will come which can help us in doing Viveka, that the Sattva and Purusha are not ek, alag hai. So, first Chitta Ekagrata, then Sampragnata, then Sattva Purusha Anyata Khyati is equal to Viveka Khyati. Once the Viveka Khyati comes, then this Sattva Jota Antakarana, usko par interest nahi rahega. Or we have to reduce the interest by doing Neti Neti. This all will come the explanation of next sutra. I am telling in advance. In that way, when we go on doing slowly, entire Vrutthis go away. That is called as niruddhata of the. That's why asampragnatata ho jati hai. That's called as nirbijam or dagdha bijam or vasanakshayam. See, at that the viveka khyati level, where we have got samyak prajna and viveka also is prakriti alag purusha alag hai. Then the purusha, the prakriti or the vrittis, when they are just valued not neti neti करके वो चले जाते हैं, दोबारा उत्पन्न नहीं होते, because you are not entertaining them. That is called in Vedanta sakshi bhav. Sakshi बनते रहो, वासने खत्म होते रहते. What is called as vasanas here? Here is called as vruttis. Vasana grasya word is vrutti, or manifested is called vrutti. ऐसा करते करते क्या हुआ, सारे वृत्तियां चले गए. देन वृत्ति चले गए, उसको निरुद्ध कहते हैं. That niruddha sthiti is called as nirbija sthiti. And all this language is talked from the upadhi standpoint, the chitta standpoint. We have not touched the purusha. Now therefore the question is about what happens to that purusha. Purusha was caught up in the sattva as jiva suffered. Through the Samprajna Samadhi and Viveka Khyati, we separated. And at Viveka Khyati say, हम असंप्रज्ञात योग में चले गए, wherein all the vrittis are rejected by devaluing them. Then the nirvritti sthiti, nirodha sthiti happened. Purush क्या क्या हाल है? That is the meaning of sattadarup avaste chetasi. Okay? Now Vishaya Abhavat is the sentence in the Bhashya of the Vyasa Bhagavan. उसका अर्थ क्या है? न बुद्धिमात्रम पुरुषस्य विषयः अपितु पुरुषार्थवती बुद्धि विवेक ख्याति विषय भोगौ च पुरुषार्थौ तौ च निरुद्धावस्थायां नस्तः इति सिद्धः विषयाभावः. It is subtle, very deep Vedanta it is. Vedanta of this yoga, darshan of the yoga. क्या कहते हैं कि for the Purusha, Vishayas are not only the Vishayas. Vruttis alone are not the objects of illumination. Even Viveka Khyati also is a thought. Therefore, when the Vishaya Abhay is said, not only Vritti Nirodha took place, but even Viveka Khyati also is dissolved. विवेक ख्याति की जरूरत नहीं आई. अब क्यों अलग करो, मैं हो ही गया, वृत्तियां सब चले गए. दैट इज व्हाई सेस कि विवेक ख्याति अपि विषयः. सो वृत्ति रूपक विषय, विवेक ख्याति रूपक विषय. फॉर द विषयी पुरुष, विषयी मीन्स द नोअर, both of them have gone away. This is the meaning of Vishaya Abhavat, word used by Bhashyakar. What Bhashyakara said, Tadavaste Chetasi Vishaya Abhavat. Tadavaste Chetasi, we told Niruddhavastayam. Then Vishaya Abhavat means in that Purusha, the Vishayas of Vrittis also are not there. Vishaya of even Viveka Khyati also not there. What happens to that Purusha? Which Purusha? Who was before this sthiti was Buddhi Bodhatma. What is Buddhi Bodhatma? He is an Atma always having the Bodha of whatever that was there in the Buddhi. Buddhi here is Chitta. चित्त को हमेशा देखने वाला वो पुरुष का क्या हाल होएगा जब सारे चित्त के वृत्तियां निरुद्ध हो गई तो? दैट्स द क्वेश्चन. तौ च निरुद्धावस्थायां नस्त इति सिद्धौ विषयाभावः. ओके. तदा असंप्रज्ञातकाले द्रष्टुः चितिशक्तेः पुरुषस्य स्वरूपे निर्विषय चैतन्य मात्रे अवस्थानम इत्यर्थः. What is the Swarupe Avasthanam? That is explained here so beautifully. This will just take up tomorrow. थोड़ा सा उसके लिए टाइम लगता है. Then this one and next one sutra patiently we listen. A good, great, wonderful understanding of Yoga Darshana comes to us, which will help us in our Vedantic sadhana also. Thank you. See you tomorrow.